I'd like to welcome you all to another session of tips and tricks. And in this session, we're going to be having a look at how we can customize and create customized color schemes with inside Inventor. Now, the reason for me doing this tips and tricks session actually stems from an interesting conversation I had with one of my customers who has been using design software a number of years and then transitioned over to Inventor. Now, he'd been having a look at the colour schemes inside Inventor on the Colours tab in application options, and he liked working in this light in-canvas colour scheme. But he had one problem with that specific instance. When he tried to create a relationship in the form of a constraint between parts, he noticed that he couldn't really tell the difference between the two selections, and that's simply because selection 1 was a light blue and selection 2 was a darker blue. Now, he'd heard that he could customize specific colour schemes, and he just wanted me to show him through that process. So there are a few things that I explained to him. I told him one where that information was, so we got application options onto the colours tab, and he was currently working light, which he knew. I also showed him that them specific colour schemes changed when you went through different in-canvas colour scheme options that are available inside Inventor. But I also, because he liked working with the light in-canvas colour scheme, showed him this little option at the bottom. Inside this dialog box, we can actually create a brand new colour scheme. Now, whichever colour scheme you have selected, it will actually create a copy of that colour scheme. So I'm going to select new, and you'll notice then it says copy of light. But I'm going to call this my colour scheme. Like so. And you'll notice then that I have my colour scheme added into the list of in-canvas colour schemes. I then pointed him towards where that specific selection colour scheme was when he was inside the constraint environment. And that's this selection option here. So if I expand select, we can then see that we have our primary, our secondary and tertiary, for example, if you're using the angle constraint, and the colour schemes that are utilised for each. So he didn't mind seeing the light or the darker blue, but he couldn't see them both together. As they were so close together, he couldn't differentiate between the two. So looking at the secondary style colour scheme, if I select the little colour block to the right, it opens up our colour palette. I'm then going to change that to orange, select OK, it's updated inside the actual list, and then I'm going to select OK to finalise that, and I'm going to apply it. Now we've created our custom colour scheme, I then have to change it onto that custom colour scheme. So I'm going to go from light to my colour scheme, and I'm going to hit apply, then close it down. When I then right click and edit the constraint, you'll notice that it's updated selection 2 to show us orange, and you can clearly see the difference between the two.